Welcome to Buddha's teachings. In today's video, we'll dive into a very important topic in meditation: how to focus. Have you ever felt like your mind is a monkey, constantly jumping from one thought to another? That's completely normal. Together, we'll explore how to recognize distractions, gently bring your mind back to the present moment, and build your ability to focus through simple practices. Let's embark on this meditation journey, where peace and stillness are waiting for you. Meditation and the art of maintaining focus. The journey from distraction to peace. In our busy, modern world filled with distractions, seeking inner peace through meditation has become an increasingly popular practice. However, one of the biggest challenges beginners often face is how to maintain focus during meditation. If you've ever tried sitting still, focusing only on your breath, only to find your mind quickly swept away by a stream of endless thoughts, you're not alone. This is a common experience many encounter in the early stages of their meditation journey. In meditation, rather than trying to force the mind to focus, we need to learn how to let the mind naturally return to a state of stillness and focus. Let's analyze and expand on these ideas while incorporating specific stories and personal experiences with meditation, so that we can not only understand, but also apply these lessons to our daily lives. Why is meditation important? Meditation, particularly in Buddhism, is not just a tool for achieving focus or seeking tranquility. It is a spiritual journey, a path that guides us back to our true nature. In the fast-paced modern world, it's easy for our minds to get lost in endless desires, worries about the past, and concerns for the future. But through meditation, we rediscover a peaceful space within, where all the noise and distractions of the external world gradually fade away. Meditation isn't just about sitting still and trying to eliminate every thought. It is about deeply observing the mind, understanding what's happening inside us, and learning to accept it, allowing ourselves to return to the present moment. The Buddha once taught, our mind is like a river, constantly flowing and changing. But if we learn to observe, we will realize that beneath the surface of the water, there is a calm and unchanging stillness. This is the tranquility that meditation aims for, a state where the mind becomes serene and no longer swept away by the endless flow of thoughts. However, for many beginners, one of the first challenges is facing the monkey mind, a term used to describe the state of a mind that constantly jumps from one thought to another. The monkey mind is not unusual. It's the natural state of the mind when it hasn't been trained. We are so accustomed to letting our minds wander and seek pleasure in external things that when we try to quiet it, we often feel restless and distracted. This can lead to frustration and loss of motivation, causing many to give up on the practice before experiencing the profound benefits that meditation can offer. But rather than seeing distractions as a failure, we need to change our perspective. Those moments when the mind drifts are actually opportunities for training. When we gently bring the mind back to the breath, that's when we truly progress in meditation. The Buddha taught that it is in the present moment that we find the path to liberation. Through the practice of meditation, we gradually realize that much of our suffering and frustration in life comes from letting our minds be carried away by cravings and attachments. As the mind becomes still, we begin to see that true happiness doesn't come from getting what we want, but from the ability to let go and accept things as they are. Over time, the mind's capacity for focus and calm will naturally grow without requiring great effort. The story of distraction and returning to meditation. A familiar way to illustrate the challenge of keeping the mind focused during meditation is with the image of a glass of water. When you try to hold the glass and force the water to be still, it only ripples more. But when you set the glass down and leave it alone, the water naturally settles. Similarly, when we try to force our mind into focus, it tends to scatter even more. Instead of trying to control it, allow the mind to gradually calm itself. The Buddha taught, stop, observe, and return to yourself, All understanding begins with the stillness within. This reminds us that we don't need to strain ourselves to force the mind into focus, but rather gently observe and let things unfold naturally. When I first started meditating, like many others, I struggled to keep my focus on my breath. My mind wandered constantly, thinking about work, future plans, or unrelated memories. At first, this made me feel frustrated and self-critical, but over time, I realized that the goal was not to completely control the mind, but to accept those thoughts and gently guide it back to the present moment. Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "The essence of meditation is recognizing the mind's distractions without judgment. Accept them and return to your breath." This message conveys that when we get distracted, we should not scold or frustrate ourselves, but rather kindly bring our attention back to the present. A friend of mine faced a similar challenge when she began meditating after years of working in a high-stress environment. She felt not only distracted, but overwhelmed by negative emotions. At first, she gave up, but when she changed her approach, meditation no longer became about avoiding her thoughts, but rather facing them gently. With patience, she gradually found peace through meditation. Thich Nhat Hanh taught, "Meditation is not about avoiding reality, but facing it with compassion." This highlights that meditation is not a tool to escape difficulties, but a way to confront our minds with kindness and gentleness. This story emphasizes that meditation is not about eliminating every thought, but learning to observe them without being swept away. Meditation is a long journey, not a destination. Beginners must understand that distraction is natural, and the key is how we respond to it. The Buddha said, "Every step on the path of meditation is a lesson. Be patient and calm with each step you take." Meditation is not a fixed destination we must reach, but an ongoing journey of continuous growth. Focus, similarly, is not the final goal, but the path we walk, step by step. This becomes especially clear when we first start practicing meditation. The human mind tends to wander freely, easily pulled by endless streams of thoughts, like a wild horse difficult to tame. But rather than forcing ourselves to focus immediately, the most important lesson is learning to face and handle the mind with gentleness and patience. Meditation teaches us that when the mind is restless and distracted, it is not a failure, but an opportunity to practice patience and self-compassion. Imagine a glass of water being stirred. If we keep stirring it, the water will never settle. But if we stop stirring and let it be still, the water will naturally become clear. The human mind works in much the same way. When we stop trying to control it and accept it with kindness, calmness will gradually emerge, bringing with it a deep sense of peace. Each day, even just a few minutes of meditation, helps us understand that focus is not merely the ability to hold attention on an object, but the act of returning to ourselves, to the present moment. And each time we notice our mind has wandered somewhere, instead of feeling frustrated, we gently bring it back. These small moments are the crucial steps on the long journey toward finding inner stillness and peace. Meditation is not a race toward some destination, but a lifelong journey where we learn to live in harmony with change and accept the difficulties along the path of growth. As Buddha once said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Each time we patiently face the wandering of the mind and gently guide it back, we are one step closer to inner tranquility. The transformation that meditation brings is not only in our ability to focus, but in how we treat ourselves. Consistent meditation practice nurtures patience, understanding, and compassion, not just for the challenges in meditation, but for all aspects of life. Peace does not come from eliminating all thoughts, but from learning to accept and make peace with them. Wishing you success and good fortune on your path to enlightenment. I will always be by your side on this journey. Please take a few seconds to like, share, and subscribe to receive notifications when we release new videos. See you in the next video.